Hi guys, it's Ruthie, your Mystery Yes 1948, and welcome to my 2-year Surgiversary video of, what? Sorry it's been so long since I've made a video, but let me go ahead and start out with all of my spiel. Hi, I'm Ruthie, and I'm 37 years old. I'm 5'7" tall. I'm a solo mom, and I live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. On December 11th of 2017, I had the Loop DS or SADI-S bariatric procedure with Dr. Curtis Peary at Sanford Health. Hi. My highest weight was 375 pounds back in July of 2016. On the day of surgery on December 11th, 2017, I weighed 319.4 pounds. Last time when I checked in with you guys, I was 183.8 pounds. That was back in August. And then this morning I weighed in at 185.4 pounds. That is a 4-month gain of 1.6 pounds, an overall loss of 189.6, and since surgery of 134. Am I worried about that 1.5 pounds? No. Basically, I've been stuck at this weight for the last 9 months. I vary anywhere between 180. I think the lowest I've actually seen is like 180.6 and 190. The highest I've seen in the last 9 months is 192. So yeah, I've just been within that range this whole time, back and forth and back and forth. I usually hover right around 185. So am I going to call maintenance? Heck no. It's not maintenance because I haven't reached my goal yet. My goal maintenance range is 150 to 160. And I know that it's not about the number, but it's a little about the number for me. The thing is, though, I'm actually really comfortable in my size. And I think that's partly why I haven't been like as diligent to make sure that I lose weight either. Like, I've gotten kind of lazy in some things, and I just haven't been as actively trying to lose. And I think it's because I'm so comfortable with the size I am. I wear a size small to medium on top, and I wear about a size 6, sometimes a 4, sometimes an 8, depending on the brand, on the bottom. So that's, first of all, what? Like I started out I had a size 28 pants from Lane Bryant that I pulled out of the closet the other day, and I took a picture of myself in one leg and posted it on Instagram and on Facebook because I was like, I can't believe these used to be tight on me. That was my reality. That was my reality. Every day. Crazy. So, yeah. 2 years. It's been 2 years, but it's been like 4 months since I've talked to you. So let's talk about that. So the last 4 months have been a little chaotic, a little crazy. And I honestly just didn't think about making a video. So I ran a half marathon. Me, I did it back in, September. On September 8th, I ran 13.1 miles. I did walk part of the way, but, I made it in right at my goal. My goal was to do that in 3 hours, and my chip time was 2 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. Oh yeah. So I feel pretty good about it. I mean, it was such a crazy moment. I cried. I just felt, all of the feels about from where I've come from. Starting out not being able to barely walk on the treadmill, at a 2.5 speed for 30 minutes was extremely painful, to now completing a half marathon. So that's that. And I felt pretty awesome. And I was going to come on here and tell you all about it right after, but about a week after I ran my half marathon, my then boyfriend called me out of the blue and broke up with me out of nowhere. And it was very sudden, no warning, and it was over the phone, which was lame. But I'm not bitter or anything. I don't begrudge him. He's actually a really good guy. He was just still in mourning over his failed marriage, I think, and just wasn't ready for something more. And he just couldn't really give me what I wanted. So he ended it in a really poor manner, but whatever. It's all good. At the time, I was dealing with a lot of other things, just a very stressful life stuff, and it was really close to the anniversary of my father's death from the year before. So I had all of this stressful stuff going on, health issues, financial issues, and he was a big support to me through a lot of that. He was really kind and very supportive, just let me talk through things, and it was very encouraging. But then when he removed himself from my life, he removed that emotional support, and it kind of sent me into a depression because I didn't know where to land. I have wonderful other people in my life that I've now kind of reformatted my emotional supports, but it was such a chaotic time that I fell into kind of a depression and felt like I had no place for peace or serenity in my house. We had a new puppy and we ended up having to surrender, and it was crazy. It was crazy. Pardon me as I turn my pages. But it was a crazy time, and yeah, I don't think it was just the breakup was part of the emotional turmoil that I was going through, but it wasn't even necessarily the main part. It would just exacerbated it because, yeah, it was not good. So for a couple of months, the last several months now, I really focused on myself and just getting okay again, reevaluating the situation and myself and what I wanted, and forgiving him and forgiving myself, all that stuff that you do after a breakup. But yeah, establish new routines and a new system of support among friends that I already had, but had just had been leaning more on him than them. And so I needed to kind of reestablish those foundations of support, because I'm a verbal processor, if you didn't notice. And so I need somebody to talk to. And I needed, instead of just relying on him to do that, I needed to kind of spread that around. So I had more than one sounding board in case, when other stuff in life comes up, I'm not depending on just this one person, because that's not good either. But yeah, so for the last, I'd say a month and a half, I've been feeling great. I actually started a 6-week challenge with a local fitness club. It's really helped me incorporate strength training into my routine, which was something I was lacking, because I love my cardio, I love my running, but strength training. So now I'm actually regularly doing strength training, which is good. Yeah. So I actually have been seeing somebody new now just for a couple weeks who just had the sleeve done. So that's really cool that we have that in common, and it's really new, so I don't want to say too much, but he's pretty awesome. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah, yesterday, the 10th of December, I just had my follow-up at my surgeon's office. They're totally excited about where I am. I'm exactly the same as I was 6 months ago when I checked in with them before, and they're like, "That's great, you're maintaining awesome." I'm like, but I want to lose though. I think it was within 0.1 of a pound from last time. So yeah, I was like, I am the epitome of maintenance right now. But I'm not in maintenance, just so you know. But they're very encouraging. They just think that it's great. They want me to talk at one of their gatherings sometimes, because I have had such success. But one thing that stuck out to me when we were talking is the importance of not lying to myself when it comes to food. So a habit that I've seen in myself, or behavior, I should say, it's not a habit yet, but a behavior that I've seen in myself that I really want to curb is this snacking on little things and not recording it. So I'm a big advocate of tracking. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But when I'm making dinner for my son and I'm giving him chips or something, I'll always grab a couple chips and stick in my mouth. And I don't record that because it's just a couple chips, right? But then it becomes just a couple chips, just half a handful of popcorn, just a little bite of this, just a little bite of that. And I don't record any of those little bites. And, a couple nuts here, I'm not recording that stuff. And in my mind, I'm rationalizing it. Well, it's just a couple calories. It's not really going to throw me off. But when I'm doing it multiple times throughout the day, it can add up really fast. So I recognize that this is a behavior that I'm doing, and trying to take a step back from that and be okay, that needs to stop. I need to be a lot more diligent and a lot more, say no to myself a lot more. So, cat. But yeah, that was something that really stuck out to me. She's like, just don't lie to yourself. Don't trick yourself into believing that I'm doing really well when in fact I'm eating, 300 more calories and just not recording it because it's just little bits over multiple times throughout the day. Because, basically I'm a food addict, and an addict's mind is very self-deceptive. I just want to make sure that I'm being honest with myself and not giving into those temptations, being purposeful and more mindful about what I'm putting in my face. Yeah. Need to be better at saying no to those foods. Like, this time of year is hard, right? Like, why are they always bringing cookies to the office? Like, delicious cookies. Anyway, so a couple things that are coming up that are kind of exciting, at least for me, is I have an appointment in a couple of days to treat some of my veins in my legs. I've had varicose veins since I was like a teenager. Yeah. I mean, part of that is genetics, but a lot of that is because I've been heavy like forever. So I'm excited that I actually get to have that treatment and that my insurance covers that. We'll see. We'll see if there's any, hopefully there's some results, because yeah, I'd really like to be able to wear skirts or shorts that are above my knee even. Capris would be great. But we'll see. And then I also have an appointment with a cosmetic surgeon, a consult with them on the 26th of December to see if insurance would cover any of my, any skin removal, because it's an issue, okay? Like, it's not a small issue. I mean, I'm tentatively hopeful that they'll be able to cover something, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high and then be all dashed and disappointed. I think it's silly that some of this skin removal is not seen as medically necessary because of some of the problems that go along with it. Having the extra skin is just silly. Like, I'm a very hygienic person, right? And like, it's just, some of the skin issues are gross, quite frankly. So I'm really hoping that they can do something and that insurance will cover it, because yeah, otherwise I can't afford it right now. Having the excess skin does mess with my head sometimes, because I look at myself with clothes and I'm like, I look cute, I look good, I have the, curves where they're supposed to be. But I mean, you take the clothes off and those curves kind of droop and become this like saggy mess. I mean, I love my body as it is, regardless, because it's my body. It's the only one I have, and I'm going to take care of it. But it is so frustrating trying to shove my stomach rolls inside my pants sometimes, like in order to, but I can't get bigger pants because then they fall off. So it's like either getting a muffin top or my pants fall down. Like, and yes, I do wear belts. But yeah, in some of that pinches, I've got scars from some of the sores that I've gotten just from my skin getting pinched. It's bad. But anyway, I digress. So I'm just hoping that something can happen for me. I just really do. Really do. And also, coming up, I am heading out to Washington State next week to celebrate Christmas with my family. I have my brother and sister-in-law and my nephew live out there. And while I'm out there, I get to meet one of my weight loss surgery friends that I have been following since the beginning and who I am so excited to meet, Grace from Grace Gets Gastric. Yay, I can't wait to see you, girl. Oh my gosh. I've been telling everybody about you. But she is wonderful and awesome and has done phenomenally well. So, and she's actually going to be starting her plastics journey pretty soon. So I'm so excited for you and maybe just a smidge jealous. But seriously, I'm so excited for you, Grace, and I can't wait to meet you. Can't wait. So I get to do that next week. Yay! But yeah, it's been, after I went through that couple of months of really just a dark place and just working through a lot of different issues, both emotionally and, just financially and all this sort of stuff, dealing with all of that. Even in the midst of that, I've just had a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, but I've had a number of people reach out to me for encouragement and support in their fitness journeys, and they're, trying to eat well and things like that. And people are constantly telling me, wow, it's so inspirational, how well you've done, all this stuff. And then, I'm pretty open about the fact that I had weight loss surgery. But it's just still surprising to me, because I don't think, don't think I do so good all the time. Like, I struggle still with my diet. There are days that I really don't want to work out, but I always should. And, I'm not that. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm appreciative that they notice the changes and they're excited for my success. And I'm happy to help, but I can't make somebody change their habits. And that's something that there's just something I can't do. Like, I can help you. I can call you every day and ask you, did you do your workout? Did you, have you been following your meal plan? Did you meal prep this week? I can do those things if that would help someone. But really what's going to help them is them making the choice to make those changes every day, just like I do. And nobody can do that for you. And so that's that. But one thing that so having this like attention from people and this like, wow, you've done so well, you look so great, et cetera, it kind of gives me this weird feeling, like this whole idea of how the world treats me differently now than it used to. And like, now that I am more socially acceptable in appearance, I could make an entire video about instances where people have treated me one way when I was heavy, and now the difference in treatment of people. Just this, I don't know, just is a disparity between the two, and it's frustrating. But it could honestly make a girl better to see those instances. But instead, I choose to, treat other people how I would want to be treated, and not treat other people differently because of the way they look, and because that was just not cool. I guess. I don't know how else to put that. Like, why was the size of my body a cause for rejection and dismissal? Like, I'm still this highly intelligent, extroverted, so socially outgoing person, and I'm welcoming to everyone, kind of silly and extra and a bit of a nerd. Like, I'm the same girl on the inside. I honestly am. Like, when I see people I haven't known for, or haven't seen for a while, and they see the outer difference, and they see that I'm happy, but my personality is the same. And so it's just blows my mind how a simple change in appearance can affect so much the way that the people around you treat you. And I'm sure to a degree I've done it too. And I just want to not be that person. I want to not treat an individual differently because of the way that they look. The thing is, though, I still identify better with people that are overweight or obese or on a journey to lose weight, because for all of my life, that's who I've been. I've always been obese. I've always been struggling to lose weight. I've always been working hard to try and lose the extra pounds. And it's always been a battle for me. And so, yeah, I still identify better with those who are struggling, and who, like, I identify with the experiences of obese people because I have had them. Those are my experiences for the majority of my life. And so this whole new way of treating, maybe that's why it seems like it's such a disparity, because this whole new way of treating me, like, is so new still. I'm not used to the kind of attention that I get everywhere. I shouldn't say everywhere, but pretty much everywhere I go. I feel like, I know Grace was mentioning this in her video this week, that she feels more vulnerable because she's smaller, because there was like, you're more socially attractive, like socially acceptable attractiveness. You've got that now. And so like you're noticed more. And I think I've talked about this before, but it does give this sense of, sense of almost being less safe sometimes, more noticed, which can make you feel unsafe depending on who's doing the noticing, I guess. But I digress. Okay, so moving on, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, reflecting on the last couple years, the things that I've learned, what has helped me, and what habits I've developed that have been basically like the keys to my success. And these are things that not only are they habits that I used throughout to lose the weight, but what I will continue to do to maintain my weight and to hopefully lose a little more, and to maintain a healthy lifestyle for in perpetuity. I do forever. So I've got 5 of them. Are you ready? They're not that mind-blowing. I've talked about them all the time, but number 1, of course, is tracking. I track all my food except for those little bites, which I need to stop doing that. But even on my free days, even if it's like, hey, it's the weekend and I'm going to let myself have whatever, even though I'm having whatever I want, I am going to write it down. I'm going to record that because I need to stay mindful. And I have proved myself untrustworthy when it comes to food, so I need to keep tracking. Number 2 is vitamins. I do not miss a dose of vitamins. If I happened to get distracted and miss a dose, I will make it up later, because vitamins are important for my overall health for the long term. I had a very malabsorptive procedure, and so I need those vitamins to maintain good blood work levels. Yeah. So yes, water. My water bottle is always with me. Usually with lemonade Crystal Light in it, because that's my favorite. Yeah, drink your water. I try to get 75 ounces a day. Don't always reach it. Sometimes I get a lot more. But yes, water, water, water. Exercise. I love running, and I mentioned I just recently started incorporating strength training, mostly because not only do I like exercise, I like how it makes me feel. I like how it affects my mental health. And also, I don't just want to be smaller. I want to be fit. I want to be strong. I want to be able to keep up with my kid and do active things and encourage activity in him, because I don't want him to get to a point where he needs a bariatric procedure to lose weight. I want him to be a healthy, active kid. And best way to do that is be a healthy, active mama. So yeah, there's that. And also number 5, last thing, is meal planning and meal prep. So every week, every Sunday, I am meal prepping. I plan my meal, I go grocery shopping, and then I prep the meals. And I do that every single week. It's just what I do. And that has helped immensely. It helps so I know exactly what I'm going to eat that day. And yes, little surprise things comes up. Like Monday, we're having a sushi night with some friends of mine. I'll probably go to that. That's fine. But yeah, meal prep. And I enjoy cooking, so there's that. And I don't mind leftovers. Some people are like totally anti-leftover. Not me. I like them. But yeah, so those are my 5 things that have helped me. Those are habits that I've created that have been life-saving habits. And these are things I think that will continue to help me to have success in the long term, which is the goal here. I don't want to go back to those old habits and hang-ups, because then why the heck did I have surgery, right? Okay, so let's talk about goals a little bit. I'm sorry this video is going to be so long. But anyway, goals for the next year. Number 1 would be my diet goals. I need to rein in my diet a little bit. Like I said, I've gotten bad at not saying no and grazing and things like that, and I just need to tighten that up a little. So my diet goal is to stay under 1,500 calories throughout the week and let myself have my free days on weekends. Still tracking everything, obviously, because I just have sucked at that. My dailies have been more like 2,000 lately, or more even. And while I'm still maintaining, don't want that to keep sneaking up on me. Yeah, so my goal is to not only do that, but also to show you guys. So on Instagram, which I'll link, or I'll put my information below. For Instagram, my plan is after the first of the year, I know, so cliche, but whatever, to post when I'm meal prepping, and then put a weekly post about what I ate that week and what my calories were, including my free days, because I want to be transparent, and I want that extra catch of I have to show people that I'm eating this. And yeah, it shouldn't affect things, but it does. So yeah, I want to do a weekly post of what did I eat and what were my calorie results for the week. So that's that. My goal weight. So my goal weight is still the 150 to 160. I mentioned that. I don't have a timeline though for when I want that to happen. I was hoping it would happen this year, but it didn't. And I've been in this like 9-month long stall. So I don't know if or when it's going to happen. Maybe if I can rein in my diet a little bit, I'll start, chipping away at those pounds. Exercise. So I want to run a full marathon. I did the half marathon. I want to do another one of those, but I also want to run a full marathon. I'm hoping it'll be this next year on the 30th of August. There's a marathon in Sioux Falls. So I'm hoping to do that August 30th of 2020, but it does depend on if I can get skin surgery. So depending on if I can get it covered by insurance and all that stuff, we'll just see. I'll give you guys an update hopefully next month and kind of tell you what the plan is at this point. I still want to do right now because it's cold. I live in South Dakota, guys. Like, it's freezing cold here all the time. Oh, okay, 6 months out of the year. So I've been doing cardio inside on the treadmill. So I want to do that 3 times a week and then do 2 times a week of strength training and then at least once a month get a good long run in, whether that's at an indoor track or outside, just something to maintain my endurance. That would be good. Sorry, my son is going to the bathroom. I hope you don't hear that. My goal for community development, that's something that's really important to me. Personal relationships are extremely important to me. And I just want to become more involved at my church and in my friend groups, continue to build those relationships, because when you have your tribe around you, your community around you, it's just good. It's just a good practice. We all need people. Whether you're extroverted or introverted, we need each other. We need a community of people. So I really want to make sure that I continue to build that and grow those relationships. Hey, Keegan. My son's hanging out with me. And then my final goal, this one is going to be hard for me because my life is stressful. I mean, I'm a solo parent. I'm working at a high demanding job. I take care of our home, and now I'm trying to build this new relationship. So that's a lot for one person. And so I want to make sure to take time out every day for myself. 15, 20 minutes. Keegan? Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. He was watching his tablet. So self-care, yes. My goal for self-care is to take out time every day, 15, 20 minutes, just to really have some peace moments, doing devotions, praying, meditating, whatever, just so that I have that time every day. And then at least once a quarter, take a full day and just do whatever I want that day while my son's at daycare. Like, take a day off of work and do something for myself, whatever it is. Just because I need that, and it's good for my peace of mind to have that time. And I have not been doing that, and it's, I try to fit it all in the morning, like to have that devotion time after I exercise, and sometimes I just can't quite fit it in, even waking up at 4, and I'm like, I can't wake up any earlier. So I also go to bed every day, so let's try that. So we'll see. That's a hard one for me, even though it's important. Sometimes I just have this weird guilt of taking any kind of time for myself, but whatever. So some of those goals may seem kind of lofty, but I think all of them are doable, but challenging. And, I'll be checking in and telling you guys how I'm doing. I'm still going to shoot for monthly videos now that I'm, like I said, feeling better about how things are going. I do encourage you to follow me on Instagram, because I will post there for sure more often. I've been posting stories, but I'll start making those regular posts, because I want to make sure that I'm tracking that I'm doing all my exercise and stuff too. But diet is probably my primary focus at the moment, just because I see myself slipping a bit. Like I said, food's not my enemy. It's meant to be enjoyed, and I very much do enjoy it. So I just want to make sure to do kind of an 80-20 lifestyle, where 80% of the time I'm on point, I'm using food as fuel, and 20% of the time I'm enjoying something that I really like, and use that, have indulgences, but not every day. So, okay, this is like a 30-minute long video, so I apologize. It's so long, but I have missed you guys. But I hope you guys all enjoy this holiday season to the fullest, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.